and love, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm back with another one. You hear me? So wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. It's time to get up and clear the space in your head. It's time to come together. It's time to stand strong. It's not time to lose our mind. We got to keep moving on. Yes, I just made that up. All right. So I'm doing good. I hope you all doing good out there, doing the best I can, trying to strive to stay alive. All right. So, today I'm going to be bringing you some information that I'm trying to keep up with. Like I say, it's hard to keep up with all of this stuff. But we get ready to talk about police brutality. And we already discussed earlier on, just keep up with the videos. We did that executive order that 47 put out, and he like stop and frisk and giving the police immunity. He's gonna give them raises and all this type of stuff. So it's on and popping. So be aware when you're out here dealing with the police. What you want to do is make it out alive. I don't have all the answers, but you want to make it out alive. And then you gotta worry about all the other all the other ones, the Karens. I don't even and the Karens and the Kens, that's what I'm gonna call them. The Karens and Kens, to just want to get things troublemakers and stuff like that. We gotta move smart. All right. So that's all I'm saying. So what we have here, and this happened back in some time. We got two incidents. So right now I'm covering one. And that's his name is Rodney Hinton Jr. That is a father of a deceased young man that was shot by the police. And I'm look up the story too. So he was trying to run. This happened some time ago, I think out in Ohio, and he was running and they shot him in the back. So, and this is happening. And then the dad, excuse me, the dad ran over. Excuse me again. The dad ran over. I tell you, this type of stuff happened to me as soon as I go live. Hold on. Let me get some stuff. So, the dad ran over a police officer. In exchange for killing his son. But we're going to get some more information. This is my first time hearing it with you all, because I'm going to try to be not very long, but be strong. Look, not be very long, but come through with some good information for you. Give me 1 second, please. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to try to get this information out there. So what we're going to do is get this show started. And we'll learn about this information as we go along. All right. So let me do some disclosures and all of this type of stuff. Once again, we already had her here, Miss Vickie Dillard. We are doing a reaction to her reaction. And this is a sister that stay on top of this type of stuff, okay? So we're gonna do a reaction with her. She's gonna fill us in. And shout out to you, Miss Vickie. Hope you don't mind me using your videos and stuff when you discover that I do reactions of your video. I am sharing your information, okay? So that's what it's supposed to be about, sharing information. When I get big enough and people want to use some of my clips and stuff, I ain't got no problem with it. Use it, use it, use it, use it. So I hope you feel the same way. I am not trying to gain notoriety or nothing like that from your space. I'm trying to share the information because I like the way that you cover stuff and I dig your style. I'm on your team. I'm on your side. All right. So with that being said, I got to give her a big introduction. So disclaimer first. Well, first of all, let's hit that hitting like button. Let's do that. Look. And this is my disclaimer. Fair use.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
All right, and then let's give a big standing ovation because that's my girl right there. Though she be rocking the house. Let's give it up for Vickie Dillard. One more time. And then let's ring the bell. School is in. Let's come on, sister. Preach and teach.
Peace, family. My name is Vickie Dillard. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel here at VickieDillard.tv, beloved. As you come in, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, and like and share. Yes, thank you for tuning in today. Have a very, very important broadcast to share with you today. Yes, so come on in. Hit that thumbs up button, would you? I know it has been a minute. Thank you for tuning in to my personal channel here at VickieDillard.tv. For those of you that want to know where you can find me live more often, I'm on African Diaspora News Channel Tuesdays to Thursdays, typically 2 p.m. Eastern. We had a little bit of a technical issue today, so I wasn't live today. And then I also give content, international content there as well, so you don't want to miss that. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in, family. On the count of three, if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up button and share. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
This is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6 GPA.
90% is
thumbs up. Thank you, Precious. Somebody said Vickie is giving smooth today. Yes, baby. Thumbs up. Share. Okay, family, let's get to where we are going.
All right, and we're going to let her get there. So you heard all her information. I let that part go because I want you all to subscribe to her channel. And when you subscribe to her channel, hit that bell notification button and hit that thumbs up button and share. And I'm asking you to do the same thing with my channel as well. So let's go.
With the quickness. Yes. Thank you for being with me today, family. I want to show you a brief clip here. And of course, this is under the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm going to show you this very, very brief clip of a court hearing. Yes, a court hearing. I'm getting it together right now. And it's related to a gentleman by the name of Mr. Rodney L. Hinton. Somebody say a grieving father. Somebody say a grieving father is who we're going to discuss today. And the grieving father that we're going to discuss today, I need us to make sure that that's exactly what we keep in mind first and foremost. Yes? That we're talking about and dealing with a distraught, grieving father. Talk black to me, somebody. Family, this is the time that it's appropriate for us to talk about thoughts and prayers for our dear brother. Now, if you are scared to death, little biscuit. If you are a scared to death little biscuit, I'm going to trigger you. So you may want to get off of here. If you are scared to death little biscuit, you're probably more appropriate for the enemy. So you might just want to go head home, baby. This is not the place for you. And I'm going to explain to you why in no limit of time. Somebody say, this ain't hard. Somebody say, this is not hard. Somebody say, this is not extraordinary. You are looking fly. Thank you, precious. Thank all of you for your kind compliments. Everybody, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Now, I want you to remember this grieving father that I just mentioned, Mr. Rodney Hinton, right? Hinton. Mr. Rodney Hinton. Hey, Miss Sharifa, shout out to our beautiful moderator that's in the chat. This isn't hard. And Black family, I know I'm something else. That's why I'm a spiritualist, because when you are at war, somebody say we're at war. When you're at war, your spiritual alignment's got to be right. You can't have no weak, stringy-haired, blue-eyed Jesus. Because that religion, no matter which way you twist it, you can't tell me nothing, you little biscuits out there. It's directly and inextricably tied to how you move in the world. And so your diabolical and misaligned, satanic, really, Christianity that you embrace, that you say is righteous and just, serves as one of the main reasons Black folks are still in the terrible condition we're in after 500 years. I said that. We could get to where you're going. Let me give you the background. Word on the street. Now, this is not in the article. Word on the street is that Black Ohioans don't play like that. Word on the street is them folks in Ohio, particularly the FBA family in Ohio, word on the street and stuff, it's they not like the rest of, they different FBAs. Just a little word on the street. Out there in Ohio and stuff. Talk black to me, somebody. I'm cueing this right now, family. That's what's taking me a minute, because this is inside of an article. So you know how sometimes it can be. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, share, share, share.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how.
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
All right. Got to interrupt a little bit. You know, King better just roll through. I'm trying to some people say you and her. They say you and her take a long time getting to where you try to go. But look, you are who you are, you know. Just be patient. Can't keep going through life in a rat race. Take time to try to hear what people say. Everybody can't go so fast. So here we go. Even though I'm trying to get it done.
Up, share. Now, let me see if I can get this up.
Expecting that deputy's funeral to take place later this week, Allison.
Shaq Brewster, thank you.
Okay, it's starting over. Here we go. I think this is it. Y'all listening?
Tonight across Ohio, flags at half-staff in honor of fallen Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson.
He was so well liked.
Wait a minute.
So well known.
Here we go.
He filled this building with the law enforcement.
Hold on, y'all. Give your sister a minute.
That respect him, love him.
The recently retired 33-year veteran was working traffic patrol Friday afternoon when police say he was intentionally struck by the father of a teen.
Here we go. Thank y'all for y'all patience. Y'all know how I do. I'm a one-woman show. We finna get this together here. Shout out to the dear family in the digital building. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Share. Thumbs up, share. Cause see, this one is, let me get it together, y'all.
Tonight across Ohio, flags at half-staff in honor of fallen Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson.
He was so well liked
Oh,
and
Lord.
so well
Here we go.
known.
Finally.
He filled this building with the law enforcement agencies that respect him, love him.
The recently retired 33-year veteran was working traffic patrol Friday afternoon when police say he was intentionally struck by the father of a teen fatally shot the day before by an officer from a different department. Henderson later dying at the hospital.
There is a connection between these two incidents.
38-year-old Rodney Hinton Jr. is now behind bars and charged with aggravated murder. Court documents say the defendant drove across oncoming lanes of traffic through the intersection and directly at the deputy, who is wearing a fluorescent vest.
There are no evidence of skid marks. There are no evidence of trying to avoid him.
In court, Hinton's public defender calling this an emotionally charged situation. The crash happening less than 3 hours after his family says Hinton met with Cincinnati police to review body camera videos showing the shooting of his 18-year-old son, Ryan Hinton. The videos, now publicly released, show Hinton running and being shot by city police. Cincinnati police say the teen was armed and pointed a gun toward an officer who was responding to a call of a stolen vehicle.
He's got a gun on your right.
Hinton was shot about 6 seconds after officers get out of their vehicles.
He wasn't supposed to shoot her. He wasn't. He was scared. He tripped and fell. He must have been so scared. I'm so sorry, Ryan.
We are very close to him. This is killing us.
Tonight, the teen's family speaking out with their family attorneys who say they're investigating the shooting.
I'm angry because it shouldn't have never happened. I want to find out exactly what steps was taken in the protocol.
While also offering their condolences to the deputy they say was tragically killed.
In that statement, you made a point to notice and acknowledge the pain that the family of the fallen deputy is feeling as well. What was in your heart when you did that? Why did you find the need?
I was crying about what happened to the innocent officer. So that's all it was all about. It's all about healing each other.
And Shaquille Brewster joins us now from Cincinnati, Ohio. Shaq, the father in this case, Rodney Hinton Jr., is expected back in court tomorrow.
That's right, Allison. We expect to see that suspect back in court tomorrow morning for a bond hearing. The state is essentially asking that he be held behind bars until his trial. We should note he has not entered into any plea just yet, and we're not expecting that to take place tomorrow. By the way, the funeral arrangements for neither his son nor the deputy that he's accused of killing have been set yet, though we're expecting that deputy's funeral to take place later this week, Allison.
Shaq Brewster, thank you.
Okay, family. Okay. Let me give y'all a little more detail before I go to screaming and hollering.
Yeah, and okay, and let me interrupt. Yes, because she has her way of looking at things. Okay, and I like the way that she look at it. And she covered. We used her reaction. We did a reaction video to Anthony, Camilla Anthony, the young guy that stabbed the white boy in the chest for bullying him. So it's on our thread. If you look at it, she covered that and she did a good job. So she's covering this as well. I want to try to do this though when she was talking about Ohio. I'm going to try to show you Ohio ain't taking no jab. Let me say that. They the FBAs. FBAs is foundational Black Americans. You know, because some people say I'm not African American. I don't have any, ties with Africa. They FBAs, foundational Black Americans. So that's what FBA means. So in Ohio, there's a lot of FBAs. They almost like Black Panthers. And a group of neo-Nazis or whatever came into that neighborhood and tried to harass them, and they had something for them. So let me try to see if I can show you all that right quick, because this incident happened in Ohio too. So this is 2 incidents out of Ohio. So Ohio is not effing around. They're not effing around. What they say, F around and find out. F around and find out. That's how Ohio really carrying it. So let me try to see if I can get to that right quick. Yeah, we're moving around. Keep up. We moving around. Let's see. And I'll try to skip it.
Tell us. Turn now to one community in Ohio, which is now the center of a growing national debate about civil rights, hate speech, and the Second Amendment. NBC News correspondent and NBC News Now daily anchor Morgan Radford visited the town of Lincoln Heights, where residents have formed an armed community defense group in the wake of a neo-Nazi rally. Morgan joins us now. You were there just on Tuesday. What did the residents tell you about what's going on?
Yeah, I was there just this week. John, it was fascinating because what's interesting is that this town was founded during the Great Migration back in the 1920s as a refuge for Black citizens, which is why it was especially painful when neo-Nazis suddenly appeared in this 3,000-person majority Black town. But they decided to fight back, taking up arms and patrolling their own streets. Now they're at the center of a much larger debate about protection and free speech and who gets it.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
They're business owners, their fathers, their sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch Program.
It's a duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority Black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving swastikas, and hurling racial slurs, just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation by county prosecutors is ongoing. Weeks later, the KKK came with these flyers.
First African-American community above the Mason-Dixon line of staff.
Safety and Watch Group spokesperson Durrance Daniels says the police did not do enough, which was more chilling because the town was founded in the 1920s as a safe haven for Black residents.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police, and the police says, if they do it again, we haven't broken any law, so we're just going to allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
Are you worried at all that having a potentially armed response could just create more friction, create more danger?
I'll answer that by saying I've never felt safer as a Black man in my community than I have right now.
The mayor of Evendale, which oversees the police force that responded that day, said in a statement to NBC News, "Our emphasis on de-escalation and public safety resulted in the incident's resolution without injuries to any of the persons involved." But residents here say they can't afford to wait. Every day, the Safety and Watch group escorts children to school and patrols the streets.
Why do you all wear masks?
Those Nazis, we have reports of them finding our backgrounds, so we're not hiding ourselves from the residents, but we're protecting our family from what we're doing out here.
While many locals do support the security group, some, like business owner Eric Ruffin, say they wish the group wasn't needed.
We don't want to become what we hate. We don't want to become a group of people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And this community
Stand up.
is not backing down.
We contacted the mayor of Evendale's office, and they say that prosecutors are looking at body camera footage of the neo-Nazi rally to see if any criminal charges could be filed. But meantime, the Hamilton County Sheriff is also calling on state lawmakers to pass legislation making it a crime to wear a mask with the purpose of intimidation while open carrying, guys.
So there I go. Now it's a problem with them wearing a mask and not showing who they are so that they can retaliate. Like the man said, they're not wearing a mask because they scared. They wearing a mask for the protection of that family. They wearing a mask for the protection of their own identity, for them not digging into that background. So they going, oh, now it's a problem? Now it's a problem. They saying they want to, they looking into this, them current wearing a mask with current open arms. But you ain't worried about the neo-Nazis. They had on a mask. The KKK had on a mask. I mean, you ain't never say nothing about that now. So now the Black people, just like I heard when the Black Panthers, when the Black Panthers had open arms and stuff with the guns and stuff, that's when they made the law about, being able to carry a gun and stuff. What's good for them ain't good for us. What they say was good for the goose is not good for the gander. That's what they saying. And that's where we have to take action at. So we don't really have to be out there hooping and hollering in the street. See, what they did was good. Now, you tell them neo-Nazis said they didn't do anything by coming into the area. What they over there for? What are they over there for? If they would have Black people with the masks and guns go hang out at the white area and just be like, no, we ain't taking that job. We ain't taking that job. Just hanging out, ain't doing nothing. They'd be ready to set it off. But they can come into Black neighborhoods and say, oh, they weren't really doing anything. No, stay the hell out. That's trespassing. If you don't have no business there, you shouldn't be there, especially with the way that things are. It's time for this society to stop, this government. And we've been fighting for this, maybe since 1619. It's just been too long. When does it end? And then, just to hear this report to say, well, the only outcome from this was you might need to take your mask off while carrying a gun. That's all y'all can come up with? No, tell them people to stay out. They shouldn't have to walk their kids to school and stuff like that. Shout out to Ohio. Y'all standing y'all ground. I dig what y'all doing. And that's why I wanted to show you that, because this is the second incident with Ohio. Stop playing. Stop messing with them. Nobody wants to be violent, but ain't nobody going to keep sitting around letting y'all do what y'all do. It's time for the government to try to put in some laws, but it's not going to happen. You know, not with 47. 47 just passed the law with the stop and frisk. He's going to give police officers more money, more pay. He's going to increase their pay, and he's going to give them immunity. So he's actually rewarding them. And that's why we're going to continue to learn, because my next one is Congress and just learning about these people in the government. It's time to fight back with pen and paper. It's time to fight back in the courthouse. We need our civil right attorneys. We need our Congress. We need everybody we can have, even our police. You know, because when I told you all to write your Congress, and when you don't like stuff, and get to know who your chief of police is. And everybody write the chief of police and say, this is unfair. And let them know. But this was just the highlight. Let's get back to Miss Vickie. So Ohio don't play that. You know, and ain't nobody trying to act like they all super bad. But ain't nobody, you're not going to go knock on nobody's door like they did Emmett. I say the boy name wrong. How they going to knock on that door and drag that kid out the house, drag him down the street and do all this type of stuff and set his body on fire and all this. And like, no, not my baby. Not my baby. No, ain't nobody. You're not knocking on nobody's black door, taking nobody out. Not for all of us. You got just a whole different group of people that's doing a lot of different things. But they working it out. Ohio working it out. And shout out to the sister walking with the kids. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You learn more about me later. But this ain't even about me. And then I dig it. How she walking the kids with the schools. And you teaching your kids. That's the type of stuff. They teaching the kids. Look at that strongness in the neighborhood. I'm going to do it one more time. Look at that strongness in the neighborhood that's setting an example for the kids. Nice and peaceful. Look at that. Let me try to see.
Is not backing down.
Just go walking down the street.
We contacted the mayor of Evendale's office, and they say that prosecutors are.
What a beautiful looking picture, but we shouldn't even have to go there. I can't.
In America to have.
To this community,
stand up.
Is not backing down.
Anyway,
we contacted the mayor of Evendale's.
Let's get back to Miss Vickie. But anyway, that was a beautiful picture. Y'all seen it, walking down the street, you know, with our guns and stuff like that. It's all good. I see this one right here too. Let me see. I'm gonna just pull this up.
When it came time to take things to the next level, I knew that I had to make a website, and Wix wasn't perfect for that.
NBC News correspondent and NBC News Now
daily that's
anchor,
just somebody
Morgan
reporting. All right, that's just somebody else running with the same story. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's get back to Miss Vickie.
Today's broadcast is very serious. Are y'all listening to me today? As you just heard, you all saw the main parts, yes? Just so you get the latest updated information as of today, the news is reporting that this Ohio father who fatally struck a deputy with his car after his son was shot and killed by police was denied bond during a chaotic hearing on Tuesday. A judge ordered Rodney L. Hinton to be remanded with no bond in connection with the death of Hamilton County Special Deputy Larry Henderson. Hinton, who is charged with aggravated murder, pleaded not guilty. Before entering a plea, a commotion erupted in the courtroom's gallery when Hinton's brother started yelling, "That's my brother, that's my brother." More than 50 police officers Somebody put 50 in the chat. Somebody put 50 in the chat. I've been seeing posts go around saying 30, but I'm playing y'all the video footage, and I'm also giving you the latest updated information as of today. Do you understand? What did I say? I said before entering a plea, a commotion erupted in the courtroom's gallery when Hinton's brother started yelling, "That's my brother, that's my brother." More than 50 police officers and at least 36 family members and protesters were seated in the gallery. Are y'all listening? Deputies immediately escorted Hinton out of the courtroom. Here's another image of him in the courtroom. Keep listening. Everybody be, quote, y'all listen, okay? I'm giving y'all the details first. Yes, thank you for your patience. Quote, everybody be calm. We're going to get through this, Judge Tyrone Yates said as Hinton was led back inside the room. Authorities accused Hinton of intentionally hitting Henderson on Friday afternoon as he was directing traffic near the University of Cincinnati during graduation. The deputy was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Officials said Henderson retired about 5 months ago and worked as a special deputy that day. Hamilton County Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey said Henderson was, quote, so well liked and so well known. We're deeply saddened, McGuffey said at a Friday news conference. Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Tedge, whatever her name, Theetge, told reporters on Friday that there was a definite connection, y'all heard that, between the collision and Thursday's fatal police shooting of Hinton's 18-year-old son, Ryan Hinton. That's the name we need to be remembering, is Ryan Hinton, the deceased son, the fallen martyr. Ryan Hinton was killed by Cincinnati police officer who responded to a report of a stolen vehicle at an apartment complex, authorities said. Tetji, however you pronounce her name, said that 4 people in the alleged stolen car ran, some in different directions after police approached them. 2 officers pursued the team. Somebody say pursued the team. Somebody say pursued the team. Pursued the team. Pursued the team. Why am I emphasizing that? That means he was no threat to you. You understand? And another person, authorities said. It says the team was armed. Everybody say so. Everybody say so. Everybody say so.
And you know what? And I'm going to say so. 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 And so. He still don't get the police. My thoughts. The boy was running. And who knows if he had a gun on him or not? Who knows if the car was stolen? Who knows what was happening? There's no need for him to die behind that. What is it? That boy that dressed up as the Joker, that went in the movie theater when Batman happened, that show, and he shot up the whole movie theater. He walked out. Who was it too? She talked about it on the last one when that white boy did something. He killed somebody. They took him to get a burger before they took him down to the jailhouse. They took him to go get a burger and do some things. I didn't see others, white folks and stuff, do things, these kids and stuff, and they don't get killed. And they have killed somebody, like mass murders and shootouts and killing people in the schoolhouse and stuff. If they don't take their own life, the police don't take it. The police don't take it. And they can do a lot. So what, he had a gun. If he had a gun. If he stole the car. So we're not going to get caught up in that. Like, he got a gun. And then you just shoot him. And it ain't like he running backwards like this, like you see in the movies. He running backwards like this, shooting at them, running backwards, and then they shooting at him, and it's a shootout. But which I think if it was the other, even if he was running back going like this, they'll just be ducking behind cars and stuff, you know, and he'll get away. He'll get away. So anyway, so like she said, so
Carr Beebe, a Cincinnati police officer, said at the Tuesday bond hearing that Rodney Hinton had viewed body camera footage. Somebody say that grieving father. Somebody say that grieving father. The ones that y'all say don't take care of their kids. This grieving father don't play about his baby. This caring, loving, grieving, distressed father.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store, preload.
What did he do? Said at the bond hearing that Rodney Hinton had viewed body camera footage of the shooting shortly before the collision. Video released by police showed an officer exit his vehicle and point his gun at the teen who appeared to be running away. I'm gonna say that again because y'all be getting stuff confused. And y'all know how the media likes to lie. And how many of y'all know that as soon as information come out in the beginning, information can change later, but sometimes they intentionally change the information in the beginning. So you got to keep track of it so that you can catch them in their lies. You understand? So what are we learning early on? We're learning early on that their footage shows, the ones that did have the camera on, because I think some of them didn't, that he appeared to be running away. Somebody say no threat. Somebody say no threat. Somebody say no threat. Life wasn't in danger. Life wasn't in danger. You was all right. The officer fired at least 4 times. She said she believes the 18-year-old was hit by 2 bullets, one in the chest and one in the arm. You better not be no biscuits over here because you might get cussed out by me and stuff. You might get cussed out. In another video, an officer could be heard yelling, "He's got a gun." Well, we know that's what white folks do, weirdos. You got a gun too. The entire incident lasted. Guess how long the incident lasted, family? How long did the incident last? Did y'all remember what you heard on the video footage? 6 seconds. 6. Vickie, calm down, please. 6 seconds. This white boy was itching to kill our babies. So not only did he appear to be running away, which means he was no threat to you. This Anglo-Saxon, this blanking Yankee, the entire incident, y'all, lasted 6 seconds. I said the incident, the murder, lasted 6 seconds. Somebody say American genocide. Don't type that word in the chat because I don't want the algorithms. I said American genocide. I said American genocide. Authorities said the gun was recovered at the scene. Tidage on Friday defended the officer's action, saying that they had, y'all listen to what this, let me calm down, this trick said. What this trick say? What this trick say? What this Kibbles and Bits say? What this Kibbles and Bits say? The Kibbles and Bits said, after defending the officer, she said they often have to make split-second decisions to protect others and themselves when faced with immediate threats. Y'all see how white people just lie? You see how they just lie? Tita said that the officer was shot. Tita said that the officer who shot the teen had said Ryan Hinton pointed the gun at him. Because we know white folks lie. We know y'all lie. We know y'all lie. We don't believe that. And even if he did, what we know from the little bit of footage that we have and from the testimony so far is he was running away. So we can't believe that lie. Liar. We can't believe you lying Yankees. You lying Anglo-Saxons. You lying devils. We can't believe that.
I lead a team focused on safeguarding our networks with real-time intelligence and behavior-based decisioning. But my true passion is supporting.
Quote, let me be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. The hell? How many of y'all know that sentence don't make no sense? How many of y'all know this sentence? I'm reading you a quote. Are y'all listening? Listen to the sentence, family. Quote, let me be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. Family, the brother was fleeing. He wasn't like this. And shooting. He was fleeing. Y'all see how that sentence don't go together? Y'all see how these white supremacist terrorists that have on uniforms?
And it don't go together. They really don't go together. So what are we going to do about that?
Goes on and say, when this happens, the outcome is always tragic, almost always tragic. No one wins and everyone involved is affected. The officer who shot Ryan Hinton has not been named. Are y'all listening? Family members said the older Hinton was, quote, upset and agitated after viewing the video, and they had concerns about him driving off.
And I don't think he's been named to this day. So what is he, under protection? He's under protection?
Officer BB said during the Tuesday bond hearing. Because of their concerns, relatives drove Hinton from the station, but he later returned to pick up his vehicle from the parking lot. He actually left the parking lot, followed by some family members and another car, and then a few minutes later returned to the parking lot, drove through the parking lot, and left the parking lot again, he said. From there, Hinton drove toward the university and appeared to stop before he allegedly accelerated quickly through the intersection where Deputy Henderson was standing. BB said the vehicle struck the deputy and utility pole, according to BB, who said there was no indication that Hinton tried to stop. Henderson was quote, launched several feet through the air. Okay. He came to rest in a turn lane several feet from where the collision occurred. The older Hinton appeared to fidget during the bond hearing. His attorney, Clyde Bennett, rubbed Hinton's shoulders and whispered to him, calm down. In his argument for no bond, the state said Hinton was a, quote, giant mental health question mark and a danger to law enforcement, and the public, and cited past run-ins with the law, including a domestic violence incident and assault convictions. Y'all see where that's going, don't you? Y'all see where that's going, right? I just saw what somebody said, how come you didn't use your taser? I don't even want us to even talk on that level, family. I'm really trying not to be triggered today. I don't want us giving no kind of scenarios about nothing. We're not giving white folks no kind of benefit of the doubts that are murderers and terrorists on police forces in this American genocide. We're not going to sit here and say, why couldn't they use the taser? He shouldn't even use the taser either because he wasn't no threat. We don't know all the facts, family, so we shouldn't even be sitting up here even speculating about. We don't know if the man tried to kill the young man. We don't know what was said prior to. We don't know none of that. What we do know clearly, ostensibly, I'm going to say, apparently, is that he was no threat to this man. He wasn't shooting this man. He was fleeing. So we're not going to get into no kind of other scenarios. We're going to keep all this on white people till the other facts come out. Bidden said at the
and then even when the other facts come out, will it be true facts? Will it actually be true facts? You know, to get ready alter the news to make it for themselves, to make it work for them, and to sock it to him for the killing of the police officer. That killing of the police officer, to me, from what he already did, is taking over more high priority than what even happened to his son. Because to me, it's not even about his son anymore. Like, if you don't know the story, all you know is this man hit the police. Like, what's his problem? So, like, the story is already being, to me, altered and directed into another scenario. It's not even showing the whole picture. So if you come into this story, you know, now you're not even going to get what it really is. So anyway, here we go.
Hearing, he wanted to make sure that his client was, quote, treated as a mentally ill person and not a cop killer. Now, I kind of agree with that. I don't think he was a cop killer. I think he was not in his right mind, and I think he should be treated like any other mentally ill person that commits a crime, he said. Teresa Larkin, Ryan Hinton's aunt, said she knew something was different about Rodney Hinton that Friday morning. I've known Rodney since he was 15 years old. That wasn't the Rodney that I knew. It was like his soul wasn't even in his body, she told NBC News after the bond hearing. That's right, Miss Sharifa. He was fleeing according to the body cameras. We can't listen to white folks' mouths moving, because every time y'all moving it on the police force, a lot of times y'all just lying, like liars do. Liars lie. It goes on. Y'all bear with me, because I want us to have as many facts as possible, okay? And I can only imagine what he felt when he saw that video, she said, emotionally, because when I finally seen it and I watched that video from the beginning, I'm quoting her here, to the end, and watched my nephew drop, it was like my soul left my body. So I can only imagine how his father felt. Larkin says she was at the hearing to support Rodney and to ensure, quote, my nephew's name don't get swept underneath the rug because of this. Quote, because we're going to get justice for Ryan because what they did to him was not right.
No one understands me. If I actually told people how I'm feeling, they would think of me differently. That is a lie.
And you know what, people? I think this is good enough, because basically what's happening here is just that, she's going to continue to read the article and elaborate on what she's reading. But we got the picture. So this is what's happening. And another one is happening too, where some police officers got off. This happened yesterday on a trial. Found not guilty. So that one is getting ready to happen too. So all I can say is keep your head about yourself as you take in this news. And this is possibly still just the beginning. All I constantly keep saying, try to move smart. Number one, you want to make it out alive. And you have to pass this message on to all of us. Because I do believe that us Black folks are a target. And now I'm here in this time. Like, we already knew it was always here, but now it might be just, not might, it's getting ready to just surface up to where everybody, our kids and stuff, is getting ready to see it. So even though he's taking out Black history out of the museums, civil rights and all of this stuff, we got a whole new eruption that's going to happen. But it's not new, but it's going to be so new to some of us that haven't ever experienced this before. So we have to think smart, we have to be strategic, and we have to come out of this alive with the right mind. And that's how I'm going to end this. You know her name, Vickie Dillard. If you like her, please go subscribe to her channel. This woman to me is fierce. She ain't nobody to play with. And I think you should continue to listen to this video on your own, because she talked about when she was in the belly of the beast. And that's when she went to prison and stuff, because she ain't finished yet. This is really good information, because in that courthouse, they had like a lot of policemen there, and was trying to intimidate him. And she was like, why is all these policemen? And there was over 50 police officers there. It's like how everybody came to town to see the hanging of the Black man. So it was like everybody's there, a whole bunch of white police officers, a whole bunch of people, just to see, like, how dare this man do this? It's like the hanging of a Black man. So she talked about the belly of the beast when she was in prison, and how they tortured her in prison, and how it was a show to watch. And well, we gotta come out this thing alive. So go check it out. And before you go, let me close this up. It's some good information. Maybe we'll come back to it, because this thing ain't gonna get ready to end. So we got like 2 cases so far that we still keeping an eye on. Camilla Anthony. Now we got this one, Rodney. I can't even keep up with Hinton Jr. Then we got another one. Like, it's too many, right? Too many. Anyway, I'm about to go about my day. You do the same thing. Keep your head up. Keep your mind right. And think smart. You know, you want to see another day. All right, I'm out of here.